2019 has been a crazy year. I've been super busy and I've been spending a lot of time in here in my wood shop. Now, we started the year off when I was still building the place out, and I want to show you all the progress we've made this year. There's a lot to cover. So we'll start off with the clamp racks. Up here, this clamp rack is for the Bessie clamps, like the panel clamps and whatnot. And then over here, I've got the quick clamps. This has worked out really well because it's nice and organized. I like things neat. My workbench. This was an awesome project this year, and I just keep adding on to it, keep adding the functionality of it, and it's really worked out great. I do keep it clean because I like to be able to set things on it and work, and I don't want to have to worry about cleaning stuff off it. Over here, this workbench, I added these T-slots because I do a lot of carving right here, and these have worked out really well. I can hold down items with it while I'm working on it, and it's worked out pretty good so far. I also added some edge banding with some walnut pins, just for aesthetics. Keeps it nice and clean. Over here, I've got all my carving stuff. I've got chisels and gouges and knives and whatnot. I made all these little racks. Each one's a little bit different. That was a ton of fun to do. And then I've got my hammers hung up here, and card scrapers over there. Japanese pole saws. I've fallen in love with these. I really enjoy using them, so I've been slowly adding to my collection. Up here, this is a little shelf I made for my scroll saw blades. Again, nice and organized. Everything has little numbers on it, so I know what it is. I didn't do a ton with the scroll saw this year. I hope to in 2020, but it was a lot of fun making this. And then the barn door. I built this hardware over at the motorcycle shop. It was pretty easy to do. And I had this old door in my basement with nothing going on, so this looks really neat, and it's very functional. It's all sealed up. This room here is for my finishing and my glues, and I also moved my dust collector in here. One thing I added with the dust collector is the IVAC system, and that's really pretty neat because now I don't have to think about it. I turn the machine on, automatically kicks on the dust collector, everything works. I built the upper and lower cabinets here. Up here, I keep sanding stuff and Kreg screws and whatnot. Some safety gear. Down here, I've got two drawers. This is all routing stuff in here. This is all drills and whatnot. And then in the bottom, I've got these little organizers, which I really like a lot because I can keep screws somewhat organized and clean. It's always nice to know when you're running low on something, or if you need a certain size, you have it. We added the bandsaw in. I've got a IVAC blast gate on this one. Here's part of my duct work for my dust collector. And I put a blast gate here with a little cleanup hose just for sawdust and whatnot around the bench. I've been spending a lot of time learning how to sharpen tools properly, so I invested in a Tormek grinder, which is really slow speed, and it's got a water wheel on it, and this Rikon that runs about 1700 RPM. Slow speed again, but you can get a lot done on it. With both of these units, I use Tormek jigs and fixtures. So I made this little pull-out drawer here so I can put things away. It's nice to be able to use the fixtures over here and get the shape and then come over here and put the final edge on it. I put this window in. It doesn't do anything other than look cool. You know, it's nice seeing this old vintage window there. And then I built this rack here for my firewood. Before I just sort of had it all, you know, stacked up in the corner, and I was always worried that it was going to fall on Buddy. He likes to lay right here by the stove, so I brought one of the MIG welders over and cut this and put it up in about a day. I had a drill press here and a planer and this oscillating belt sander. All three of these pieces are really nice to work with, and I've got an IVAC blast gate here too. This wall in 2020, I'll be building up some cabinets and probably put a chop saw there. Still sort of working on it through my head, but that's sort of where I'm at. I've got my lathe here. I ended up building a little pedestal for it so I can lift it up. I think I still need to bring it up a little bit higher. I've been doing a lot of turning on it because it's close to Christmas time, and I've been making a ton of pens and bowls and platters. Still learning how to use it, but I've really been enjoying it a lot. And then over here, I've got a joiner that I added. I haven't done a ton of projects with it yet, but I know in 2020 I've got a couple coming up that I'm going to need a good joiner for, so I'm looking forward to learning more about it. Right here, this is the Sawstop. This has been a great piece of equipment. I've thoroughly enjoyed using it. I tripped it once. We were filming a project and clipped the edge of my Incra, and it happened so fast, like the blink of an eye. And it was neat to see how it worked. You know, it was a bummer it destroyed the blade, but could have been a lot worse. I'd like to say thank you for watching all year long. All the support and love really means a lot to me, and it has been just remarkable. 2020, we have a lot planned, so please, if you haven't, hit the subscribe button.